So this is my new setup. Dang, I keep trying to angle this and I'm just gonna leave it alone. I think also because the back of that light is coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna just start doing my live a little later because I think it would look prettier in the dark, right? Because the tank will light up, my sign is lit up, and then all the plants. So this is my backdrop, guys, that I built. So y'all can see. Yes, I built that over the weekend. Built it from wood, bought some wood pieces from Amazon and painted it because I wanted it to be white because my living room is kind of like white and cream looking. So yeah, and then the tank has like a blue glow light. I don't have my fishes fully in there. You see some little jellyfishes in there. But I don't have my fishes fully in there yet. Those glow fishes. I'm trying to think about getting that. But I gotta tell you a story behind the tank too. Okay. Today, guys, yeah, from now on I'm gonna do kind of like a more of a floor setup, like a picnic setup for my podcast. Trying to stick to that. I hope y'all see my setup. Trying to make sure I stay out the way. I'm so excited about it. Yes, this is what I was excited to show y'all. I worked really hard on this, guys. Really hard, okay? All right, so I want to first talk about how good God is. I always have to start off talking about God. So over the weekend, I said, okay, well, before the weekend when I told y'all that I was planning to do this, I was like, I'm gonna get some pieces. I want to get my fish tank. I want to like revamp my energy space in my home, because I want my energy space to be like better, like for me to help the direction I'm going in my life. Like I need to change the energy space to like help to carry that through, right? Like keep myself around positive people, around positive energy and stuff like that. Align myself with God all the time. Pray, read, pray, read, pray, read, pray, read. And I do it every time. Randomly just take a pause, go to the bathroom and go pray when I'm at work. Like I'm so serious about it. So I decided to, hi Kevin, welcome. I decided to, yeah, I decided to like change my energy space to like kind of go with that. So I was looking for a fish tank. And so the story behind it, I was looking for a fish tank, could not find one. It was so expensive. And so I decided to go online and like search fish tanks, use fish tanks or whatever. Found this lady that was selling a fish tank and the price was like kind of crazy. I was like, ain't no way she's selling this big fish tank, 20-something gallon fish tank for the price that she was selling it for. Anyway, I wrote her, she responded back, said she really was selling, so I went to go meet her. And so I was a little nervous about it, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, hi Tabor. Hello, welcome. Hi Axman091, welcome. Trying to look and talk at the same time, guys, so bear with me. So I went to go meet her. She gave me a house address. I was nervous because I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm filtering the tank. I'm sorry, at 1, 2, 3. So I just put this tank up. I just set this up. I just built this like and painted it like over the weekend. And so I just turned on the tank and set it up. So you know you have to let it like filter the water for like a day or two and before you put fishes in there. So right now it's some plants and like little fake jellyfishes in there until I bring your phone to the fish tank. Bring my phone to the fish tank? Okay. Am I at the fish tank? Okay. There's the fish tank. There's no fishes in there. It has to filter first, and then I can do that. Good? All right. Let me finish my story, okay? SpongeBob. Yes, I love SpongeBob. That's why I put that in there too. I'm a SpongeBob person. So anyway, I went to go get the fish tank. I went to go pay for the fish tank, and the lady just said to me, girl, take the fish tank. And I was like, what? Are you serious? She's like, take the fish tank, take the whole thing, like, just take it. So it had like most of those decorations in there. I bought some, and like everything, the LED light, everything came with it. And I was just like, no, I'm gonna give you the money for it. And she's like, when God blesses you, you bless other people. And so just accept it. God probably intended for you to get this. And I'm like, what? And so I got that fish tank, guys, for free. Just God blessing me, like. And then earlier that day, so this is another crazy story. Earlier that day, before this all happened in one day. Earlier that day, this lady called me. I always wanted a Can Corso. I had a Can Corso before, and she passed away. It was hard for me. I decided I was gonna get another dog. I have another dog now, but that's my son's dog, pretty much. And so it took me a minute before I even looked at another dog. And so I was looking for Can Corso. Then I was like, I'm not gonna look, you know, I don't want a female Can Corso. I want a male. And so I kind of gave up on it, right? I stopped because I had this dog anyway. So I just gave up on it. So this lady calls me because I had her number from before, and she's like, hey, you still want a Can Corso? And I'm like, she called me like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, why does this lady call me so early? I call her back. She's like, you still want a Can Corso? I'm like, yeah, but you know, they cost a lot and I can't really afford to buy that right now. So she says, all right, no problem. I have something for you. This is before the fish tank thing. And so she's like, this guy has a bunch of Can Corso. He's moving, and so he has too much puppies. He has to like lower the numbers of his puppies to move or whatever, to wherever he's going, to a smaller space or whatever the situation is. I'm like, what? She's like, all he wants you to do is just make sure that when he wants to mate the dog, he just get a one-time mate off the dog or whatever. I'm like, that's it? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, this isn't real. So I call my brother. I'm like, this is crazy. What just happened? And then he tells me a story that he wanted one because something happened in New York. I'm not going to really display that business of his. And then later on, the fish tank thing happened. So 2 blessings in one day. And earlier that day, I went in the bathroom to pray, and I was like, God, grant favor over me. Grant favor over me today. And I prayed for favor. And so the moral is, pray, stay prayed up, and make sure you pay attention to when he does bless you so you can thank him for it, so it can continue to happen, okay? And on top of, I've been asking him to like, take more of my fleshly ways away and let more of his spirit move through me, right? Like less of myself and more of him. And I've been praying about that over and over and over and over. And so I come to find myself in situations that my reaction is different than what it used to be. And so I started to notice it, like, oh my God, like this person just did that, I'm mad. And I just go pray about it, like, you know what, Jesus, just remove this feeling from me. That's this energy that's around me that's making me have this feeling. I don't want to like dwell on this situation. I vented about it to you already. I want to let it go. And so I found myself totally forgot about the situation. Didn't even remember about it. And my mom had told me that day, she said, after you pray about it, just God will remove it from your brain. Just ask him to take it away from you. And believe it or not, that thing was gone away from me. Like, I can say for sure, I have stories and stories of things that I asked God for, and it came through for me. And so really and truly, I just want to encourage you to stay prayed up, especially now, and don't live in fear. I know it's a lot of things going on, but do not live in fear. Try not to live in fear. Try not to be like nervous and worried about things that's going on in the world, because there's a lot going on. And if you put that on your mind, you will bring it to life. Like, you have to understand that we are created within him, right? And so we're able, I'm not going to say self-manifest, but we're able to Christ manifest, because our manifestation is through him, right? So it's not through ourselves. We're just flesh, right? We're made in his likeness, but we can manifest through him. So you got to be mindful of that. And sometimes when you keep things on your brain and like you're like, oh my God, such and such, you just got to rebuke it off your brain, your spirit. Rebuke that thing off your spirit, because if you do not, it will come true. And then it'll be not what you want. It's like, dang, I knew that was going to happen. Dang. And you're mad. But no, it happened because you kept thinking about it. Do not dwell on things that's negative in your mind. Focus on the positive, and the positive will come through for you. Okay, when you least expect it. And don't pay attention to your time, pay attention to his time, and just pay attention that when it happens, you give recognition to him so it can continue to happen. Okay, I just wanted to say that story real quick. And then I wanted to talk about, okay, so I'm not a big TikTok purchaser, right? So my friend, she told me, I've been wanting to like find something for my floors. And so she told me, she's like, go on TikTok and get a steam mop. I'm gonna tag TikTok in this because this was crazy. So I'm like, a steam mop. I look at the price for a steam mop. I'm like, that's cheap. It's probably not working. It's probably not good. So she's like, I have one. It works really good. And so I go on there and I purchased the steam mop. And the thing, I kid you not, all the spots that was on my vinyl floor, gone, baby. Gone. Okay? TikTok, you did your thing with that steam mop. Okay? I like that steam mop. If you have vinyl floors and you want to like clean it properly, get that steam mop. Get that steam mop, guys. Okay? Just want to tell y'all that real quick, because those are the little things that have been happening to me over the weekend. On top of the fact that, you see paint on my hand? I told y'all I was painting that thing. Yes. Yes, I'm a real DIY type of person. Anyway, no liquor today, guys. Yeah, though it looks like a martini, right? It's coconut water. It's so good. So, I didn't do any liquor today. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to drink any liquor today. I'm not going to drink any wine today. Let me not say liquor. Still alcohol, but I didn't do any wine today. I just poured me some coconut water in here. It's so refreshing and good. Hi, Faith. Yes, I can. Hi, Faith. Thank you for joining. Mwah, 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 mwah. So I have coconut water in there today. No wine today. I just finished cooking. When I say I've been running wild this week, I've been running wild, okay? So, okay, let me talk about the difficult part now. Lord, I don't even know how to start this story, because I don't know if I should really share this story, but I'm going to share it because I don't know who it might help. So, I think I told y'all about me on that dating app from before. Oh, thank you, Faith! Yay! Shout out to Faith for liking and subscribing. I'm going to send you a shea butter. Make sure you tag me on like your Instagram or TikTok so I can see it, so I can send you a shea butter. Okay, Faith? Make sure you do that. I hope you didn't jump off too quick. Make sure you tag me so I can send you a shea butter. It's a sort of small sampler, but make sure you tag me so you can get your free shea butter sample. Look at that. You remembered. I love that. Shout out to Faith. Tag me on TikTok or Instagram, whichever one. The Grounding Podcast. Or you can, I don't want you to write your thing in here. Write in the comments. I have Instagram. You can find me on there. I have TikTok too. You can find me on there. I'm going to press your thing when I'm done. And that way I can find you and chop it up with you and get that information, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And I'll send you a shea butter, okay? Send you a nice little sample. You're going to like it. Thank you so much for remembering too. Okay, so real quick. So I remember I told y'all I was on this, I was doing this dating app thing, and I came off of it and decided to like stay by myself, focus on God, and so I've been doing that. And so, so, in the midst of doing that, right, I was kind of like annoyed after that app thing, right? Like, and just people just pretending. Like, I'm so confused by why people pretend to be something you want, knowing that eventually you're going to have to be yourself. Yes, I will. As long as you come on here, I will look and I will remember it, Faith. Definitely will. You're so awesome. Thank you. Yes, I will. As long as you come on here, I will jump on and say, hi, Faith. Shout out to Faith. Yes. So where was I at? So yeah, so I don't know why people do that. Like, you know, like eventually you're gonna have to be yourself. Eventually you're gonna have to show up as yourself. So I feel like show up as yourself in the beginning. Hold on, Faith. Show up as yourself in the beginning, and then it will be less conflict if you do that. You know what I mean? Like, don't show up as what that person wants, and then start to change because you're starting to be yourself, right? So it's not really a change. You're just being yourself. And then that person thinking you're starting to change because they thought how you showed up was what you really were, but it wasn't, right? It was a bait. So I don't see the purpose in doing that. So let me answer Faith's question real quick, guys. So I'm not going to give you an exact number, but I am older than, I'm old. I'm not in my 30s. I'm higher. Let me say that. Not higher, but I'm not in my 30s. So, so as I was saying, like, yeah, show up as who you are, and then give that person the opportunity to choose whether who you are is what they want or not. Like, don't show up as something that you want, that they want, and then when you start to be yourself, they're like, oh, you're changing, but you're like, no, what you talking about? This is who I am. So you pretended. Like, why would you do that? 34. Shout out to Faith, 34. When is your birthday? 24. Okay. When is your birthday? Put it on here. So maybe I'll send you another actual size shea butter on your birthday. How about that? So let me know when your birthday is, and then I'm gonna, as I said, press on here and hit you up. Okay. So yeah, you know, show up as who you are. Like, don't lead someone on with false interpretation. Do you know what I'm saying? And then when that person is seeing changes, you're like, oh, you know, I was trying to be that person that you are, and I feel like I'm not enough because I'm trying to be this person. Well, you should have never tried to be that person. You should have just been yourself. And then, okay, 30th of January. Is that Aquarius? What sign is that, Faith? You know, like, show up as yourself, and then you leave that person to like deal with who you are because you're showing up as yourself, and then they can choose to like, okay, I want this or I don't want this. But if you're trying to be something that you're not to please that person, you think you're doing that person service, but you're not. You're not doing them any good service because they're learning that, thinking that, okay, this is what I've been looking for, when really you were just trying to be something else. So that's so not right. And that's kind of what I experienced. And yes, I've been by myself, and that's where I'm going to stay. So yeah, I just feel like people shouldn't do that. Like, it's just not the right thing to do. And yes, of course, you as the person, I'm from Jamaica. And of course, yes, you as the person need to make sure that you're paying attention, right, to these behaviors to see if this person is playing with you or not. But when you do that and you catch them playing with you, then they get mad, right? They're gonna get an attitude and all sorts of things, and you're gonna be the bad guy, right? But you gotta be okay with that. You gotta be okay with that, because I'd rather be the bad guy now than years later find out that you were just a narcissistic butt face. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. So yeah, so I'm really like focused on God leading me, and I feel like he's always done that. And even in things that I might be like, dang, that's not what I wanted this. You're from Jamaica too? Where? You might be like, that's not what I wanted this. And God's like, no, this is not it. Just remember, guys, when you're in search and you're like living with God and you're in search of somebody, remember the devil knew the Bible too, okay? Just remember that too. So when you come across people saying that they of God, you know, just be mindful that the devil knew the Bible too. One thing I did learn from that situation is to search people more, you know? And I feel like I do it already, and I don't want to try to build a relationship off of interrogation, because that's not the case, like, you know. Yeah, so I wanted to share that. Like, I had a little, you know, confusion with that on that app. But I'm going to tag you. Okay, Faith, no problem. I thank you for being on here. Yes, make sure you tag me so I can send you your free sample, okay? Thank you. Bye, Faith. Yeah, so yeah, I learned that too. And I seriously feel like when things happen to you, like even if they're bad, don't pay attention to the white paint on my hand. I told you I was painting the thing. Even when something bad happens, try to see the lesson. Like, I always say that, like, go back to my podcasts. You'll see many times I've repeated that. Bye, Faith. Many times I repeated that, like, you know, pay attention to the lessons, because when things happen, it's either something you need to learn from it, right? Or something you did that caused it. And either way, you're learning from it, right? It didn't just happen because, oh, you're bad lucking, or, oh my God, you know, I made God mad, so he's punishing me. No, it's lessons. So you have to just pay attention to the lesson so you don't repeat them. And forgiveness is important. Like, yes, you know, I might have had that bad experience. Well, you know, I'm not gonna say bad, that lesson that I learned. Because I'm a different person. Like, I'm really sensitive, and I'm aware of that, and so I share that. Like, listen, I'm really sensitive, and so, like, I'm careful with people's emotions. So it's like I want people to be careful with my emotions, but that's never the case. So just gotta be like mindful of, you know, of the lessons you learned. So yeah, I went through that situation. I'm not gonna say it's a bad, horrible situation, but it was a lesson for me. But forgiveness is key, right? And so you forgive and move on. Like, okay, you know what? I leave that person, or I leave this situation to God. And when you say you do, you really have to leave it to him, right? Like, you really have to leave it to him. If that person needs to be convicted, let God do it. You don't do it. You don't bash him. You don't curse him out. You really leave it. If you say, God, I'm leaving this to you, you really leave it to him and let God show them. You know what I'm saying? It's up to them to see it or not. Like, you can't force people to be anything or do anything. You can only control yourself. That's all you can control. And so, I'll give you a great example. I was talking to somebody, and I said something, and I knew what I did was wrong. And so I reached out to them, like I think like a little bit after, like, you know, I reached out to them and I was like, hey, you know, like, I know you're upset, but this was wrong what I did, and I just want to apologize. Like, I'm not saying it to like create any unity. I just want to do my part and apologize for my part and say I was wrong on this, right? It's like a long time ago, but it's just something that you do when you know, oh, okay, good. I'm glad you sent me that message. Then I'll be able to, yes, thank you, Faith. Yes, so I can send you your free sample shea butter, okay? And then you remind me again, I know it's months from now in January come around, so I send you one for your birthday, okay? So I'm about to wrap up, guys. So just remember, one, when you ask God to do things, yes, I will look at it. Before I wrap up, when you ask God to do things, make sure when you say, God, I'm giving this to you, make sure you're really letting it go. Make sure you're leaving it and letting it go and letting him handle it. And don't pick it back up, right? Until he's directing you to. 2, we don't self-manifest, we manifest through Christ, right? We are flesh, but we are built in in the image of God. So you can have things come through, like my fish tank, like the dog situation, like many of my situations, my car, like I can go on and on and on. Things that I'm like, God, this is what I want. And it happens. And half the time I'm not saying it out loud, okay? Let me speak on that real quick. Be mindful what you say out your mouth, out loud, okay? Because yes, the devil is the master of like playing with your mind. He is. But the devil is the master of playing with your mind, yes. But at the end of the day, when you pray to God and you speak out loud, the same way other people can hear it, that's the same way like negative energy, negative entity can hear it, right? So you have to be mindful of what you say, right? When you're speaking to God and you want something, I pray in my thoughts. I pray quietly so he can bless me openly. So I'll pray in my thoughts. I'll talk to him, not without speaking. I'll talk to him, and then that's how most of the things that I ask for happen. Leave. I don't know what you mean, Faith. I'll look at your message in a second. So just be mindful when you're praying and when you're talking to him, how you're talking, and be mindful what you're asking for, okay? Be very mindful what you're asking for. Because you might ask for something and he gives you exactly what you asked for. Like, God, should I keep talking to this person? But that don't mean that you're supposed to be with this person. You might be talking, right? Or God, should I go to the store today, right? But you didn't say what store. So you just got to be mindful of what you ask for and be direct in what you ask for, because he's going to give you exactly what you asked for, right? So 1, be mindful of speaking and what you speak out into the world, and be mindful of what you ask for, okay? So just wanted to share those things real quick. And yeah, I thank y'all for joining and coming to my live. I just wanted to share that. Oh, and I went to church on Saturday and did the Feed the Hunger thing. And it was so good. It was so fun. Like, it was like a little competition thing that we did. We packed like over, I forgot the number, I don't want to lie. So, but it was a lot of boxes. When the guy said how much boxes it was, I was like, oh my God, like that's a lot of boxes. The guy said like that could feed so many people. And so I'm going to do more of that. I like that Feed the Hunger thing. If you get a chance to go into that, please do it. It is refreshing, well, for me, to my spirit. and to know that I'm doing something to help someone, because I'm always big on that. So thank y'all for joining and looking at my new background setup that I did, and I built and painted by myself because I love DIYing. No, do it yourself. DIY. Look, I had to say it out loud to myself. I love doing stuff like that. I have a lot of stuff in my house that I did like that. So thank y'all so much for joining, and make sure, as I always say, stay grounded. This is going to be my new setup for now, and I'll be sure to bring more knowledgeable things to y'all. I just want to share today just my experiences that I've had and the lessons I've learned. Okay, guys, bye. Thank y'all for coming, and don't forget to stay grounded and stay prayed up. If you did not like and subscribe as yet, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on any of my social medias. Faith is gonna get her free shea butter sample. Sorry anybody else didn't do that, but she will get hers. I won't forget to. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all so much for joining, and don't forget to stay grounded.